Welcome back, Power Tool fans. This week, we have some last-minute tool launches from Milwaukee and Klein.
Jim runs a huge circular saw head-to-head.
DeWALT launches an insane new miter saw.
And TTC tallies their top 10 torque-tested tools of 2022.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review. Special thanks to Ego and Spider for supporting our show and our community of Power Tool fans.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Sarah, and that's Rob, and you can't have the word mayhem in your channel name without playing with chainsaws. Am I right? This week, Marius got a hold of the new Milwaukee 16-inch version and wasted no time putting it to work. That is the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 16-inch chainsaw, and I already want one. In his review, Marius unboxes and demonstrates the saw, noting that it comes with a 12 amp hour high-output battery and fast charger. He goes over some of the features, including the brake, tensioning screw, and the oil reservoir. Marius demonstrates how to properly use it and notes that the automatic oiler works pretty well. Overall, he seems to be impressed with the saw and its features, but for the full review, head over to Mastering Mayhem.
Now, while it's common to have either a 6.5 or 7.25 inch circular saw in your toolbox, you're less likely to have a 5-inch, but maybe you should. Find out our buddy Jim decided to compare 5 different circular saws, including the Milwaukee M12 Fuel, the DeWALT 12-volt Extreme, the Skill PowerCore 12, and 2 brushless models from Ryobi. He tested each saw's ability to make crosscuts on a 2x8 piece of lumber and found that the Milwaukee and DeWALT pretty much performed better than the rest. The Ryobi saws weren't even able to make it through the board in full depth, though the newer model did come close. Overall, Jim seems to favor the Milwaukee and the DeWALT saws over the others, but we all know he's a biased shill who uses the wrong battery in every test.
Rob!
Happy holidays, Jim. For the full story, be sure to visit Philly Fixed.
Recently, Milwaukee announced a pair of new band files, something I'm not entirely familiar with myself, but fortunately Tim Johnson is, and he just got his hands on both. In his video, he reviews 2 Milwaukee M12 Fuel cordless band files, the model 2482 and 2483. He notes that the 3/8 inch by 13 inch band file and the 1/2 inch by 18 inch band file were recently released, and they have a few different features than what you typically would find in air-powered band files. He puts them both to work and tallies up the pros and cons of using a cordless band file for metalwork and bodywork, and then compares the price and warranty of the tools. Even after watching Tim teach me the ins and outs of band files, I'm still pretty sure that I don't need one, but you might. So before you drop the cash, make sure you're getting the right one by watching Shop Tool Reviews.
So Torque Test and Channel, the torque testing trio over at Torque Test Channel, have tested 229 different tools and recorded data from 1,700 separate tests. I am exhausted just reading that. Now, the majority of these tools tested were released in the past year. From this testing, Torque has compiled a list of their top 10 tools of 2022. The list includes a CC Gen 2 mid-torque impact wrench, which is an Amazon special with Big Pro Dreams, a flashlight that promises 8,000 lumens but made 10,000, an open-ended wrench that maxed out their testing rig, and the first ultra torque impact wrench, and several more. We expected more power tools on the list, but still got our fill thanks to some surprises from DeWALT of all places. As they mentioned in the title, this is their only list of the year, and it's definitely worthy of your watch. You can find it over at Torque Test Channel.
We held our final production crew giveaway this week and went live for over 2 hours to give away our final 2 shelves and an additional 24 wrapped gifts to anyone who joined us in the live chat. It was nuts.
At the end of the show, one of our prize winners, who happened to win a Lego kit, shared with us that he uses Legos as a way to connect with his autistic son.
Now, Rob wanted to give him an extra gift and added $50 worth of Legos to his prize, and then we lost all control of the chat. So many people started throwing more and more money on top of our gift to give him and his son.
It eventually totaled around $900, just because you guys saw an opportunity to be kind to someone else that week. You guys are amazing. We'll be back in January with an all-new prize program for our production crew, so be sure to tune in for that. Milwaukee announced several new tools just in time to screw up all of our letters to Santa, starting with this. That's the all-new M18 Fuel variable speed braking die grinder with paddle switch in one key. Designed for deburring pipes and other materials, it deburrs up to 35 pipes per charge when paired with an M18 XC 5.0 battery. The die grinder features 5 speeds for increased control, ranging from 8,000 to 20,000 RPM. It's also compatible with up to 2-inch accessories, comes with a spindle lock for easy accessory changes, an LED work light, and a paddle switch for enhanced control. Now, the Milwaukee 2984 will be available in January for $299 bare. They also announced the M18 Fuel braking die grinder with slide switch. It'll remove up to 12 inches of weld bead per charge when paired up with their M18 XC 5.0 battery. The grinder has a maximum speed of 27,000 RPMs, which is perfect for rapid material removal in tight spaces. The slide switch design allows for comfortable operation and includes a spindle lock design for easy accessory changes as well. The Milwaukee 2939 will be available in January as well for only $249 bare.
Milwaukee introduced a new 25-foot compact wide blade magnetic tape measure that features a built-in LED light that delivers 100 lumens of brightness. This provides clear, visible measurements on dimly lit job sites, making it ideal for use in a variety of environments. It also features a magnetic hook and USB rechargeable battery that provides 2.5 hours of continuous runtime. The finger stop technology is a welcome addition, as well as two-sided printing for improved readability. It's available right now for $34.97. Now, Rob was supposed to read that news, but he made me do it. Why? Because Stuart over at Tool Guy did a little digging and discovered that the new tape measure is charged by a micro USB port. And Rob refuses to report on anything that uses a 15-year-old port that was replaced by a much better option 8 years ago.
What? I have principles to uphold. Not, many, but a couple. Milwaukee also announced new folding style hex key sets. They feature access zones and elevated keys, making it easy to grip and use with your gloves. The keys rotate 270 degrees, they have high contrast markings for easy identification, and the full metal body allows them to withstand high torque and extend the life of the tool. The set's also backed by Milwaukee's limited lifetime warranty. Now, unfortunately, we don't have pricing yet for them, and they won't even arrive until winter of 2023. But I can't help wonder, will they have a USB-C port?
Seeing as they're not battery powered. Moving on, DeWALT has announced the release of its highly anticipated new miter saw, and it came with a couple of surprises. This is a 60-volt max brushless 12-inch double bevel sliding miter saw, or DCS 781 for my yellow nerds. The saw claims to have 20% more power than similar models, despite its version running at 60 volts versus their original FlexVolt miter saw that ran 260 volt in series, bringing it up to a strong 120. That change also means this one can't use their 120 volt adapter to plug it in, but of course with DeWalt's new lunchbox of a battery, the 15 amp hour, you likely won't need to plug it in anyways. And to make sure that that battery lasts even longer, DeWalt added a new first for cordless miter saws, a regenerative braking technology that extends its runtime by redirecting lost energy back into the battery. We're anxious to see just how much power that actually saves you. They also claim a new belt drive transmission reduces power loss as well. The result? Well, they say using one DeWalt FlexVolt 9 amp hour battery, the saw can make up to 675 cuts in 3¼ inch MDF base molding or 255 cuts in pressure treated 4x4 timber. But maybe their biggest claim is that the saw has the ability to capture up to 94% of dust. That we'll have to see to believe. The new DeWalt DCS will be available in February for $699 bare or $849 in a kit.
Klein announced a new tool this week, and while I will likely never need this thing, this is another tool I never knew existed, but can obviously see its value. This is the Klein TDR cable length meter, literally a tool to tell you how long your various types of electrical and data cables are. It has built-in TDR technology that can measure distance to fault, opener shot, on-terminal or unterminated cables, providing accurate results within plus or minus 2% plus 3 feet of the actual length. The meter is programmed with a velocity of propagation or VOP values for various types of cables, including coax, data, Romex, and other multi-wire cables, ensuring consistent accuracy. Additionally, users can store custom cable VOP values for even greater time savings. There are a bunch more details that I literally didn't understand, but I'm willing to bet Dustin over at Electrician you could. But it sounds like you can measure pretty much all of your electric cables for about $199.99.
Okay, it's time again for our growingly confusing but ultimately awesome Platinum Tool Deal.
Sure.
This time OPT has gathered 4 different categories of Milwaukee tools, hand tools, levels, and lighting, and offered us $50 off a $100 purchase. I'm not going to try to cover all of it. Instead, Nick over at Ohio Power Tools set up a new page for us with all of the qualifying tools.
Now when you click over, you'll find M12 lights and levels, M18 work lights, my dream MX rocket light, and a few others, all qualifying for the $50 off a $100 purchase as long as they're in stock. All you need is this code, BAB5100. And remember, the code will only work for 25 people before it expires, so be fast.
That's it for this week. I want to thank Ego and Spider for supporting our channel and our community of power tool fans.
If you can, do something kind for someone else this week, and we'll see you soon.